You're about to hear 8 psychological signals that show when a woman is truly choosing you, even when she pretends nothing is happening on the surface. These signs are subtle, easy to miss, and often dismissed by men who assume attraction must be obvious or loud. The truth is far simpler. Women communicate interest through consistency, attention, and small actions that most men overlook until the opportunity has already slipped away. Another man notices what you ignored, and suddenly the moment you thought you had disappears. That loss doesn't happen because you're slow or unworthy. It happens because no one ever trained you to read the quiet indicators that actually matter. Before we continue, I need to speak to you directly. If you're the kind of man who thinks he already knows everything, who refuses to learn or grow, then don't touch the subscribe button. Walk past it proudly and stay exactly where you are. But if you're the kind of man who understands that clarity protects you from embarrassment, hesitation, and wasted effort, then hit subscribe right now. A man who wants to move with confidence doesn't wait for life to hit him in the chest before he decides to wise up. And if you listen to this, gain value, and still refuse to subscribe, then head straight to the comments and tell everyone why you're comfortable staying confused while other men level up. No excuses. No stories. Just honesty. Because the wisdom you're about to receive will either guide you or expose you, but it will not leave you the same. Most men think attraction works like a loud announcement, a clear signal, a direct confession, a moment where everything suddenly makes sense. But real life doesn't work like that. Women rarely express interest in a straightforward way, not because they're trying to confuse you, but because their instinct is to observe first, trust second, and reveal interest only when they feel safe. This is where men lose valuable opportunities. They wait for an obvious invitation that never comes, and by the time they realize she was choosing them, the moment has already passed. What you need is a calmer, richer way of seeing what's happening around you. This is where a disciplined mindset becomes your advantage. Stoicism teaches that your emotions should not be the primary filter through which you judge your interactions. When you rely on excitement, hope, or nervousness, you misinterpret everything. You either assume she doesn't like you because she isn't dramatic about it, or you assume she likes you because you want her to. Both extremes cause unnecessary pain and wasted time. A man who thinks clearly learns to evaluate actions, patterns, tone, consistency, and emotional presence, not fantasy, fear, or assumptions. He treats attraction the same way he treats the rest of life, with measured observation. When you understand this, something important shifts. You stop seeing attraction as a mystery or a guessing game and start seeing it as a series of predictable signals that reflect comfort, trust, and emotional openness. Instead of chasing attention, you begin noticing where attention is already flowing toward you. Instead of asking, "Does she like me?" you ask, "What does her behavior consistently show?" That shift alone raises your confidence because you're no longer depending on luck. You're relying on awareness. This perspective matters because it protects your dignity. Men who lack this awareness often push too hard, reveal too much, or attach themselves to someone who has no interest in them. Other men miss genuine interest because they're distracted, insecure, or focused on the wrong details. Stoicism offers a third path, a path where you move through relationships with grounded strength. You learn to recognize interest without assuming it, respond without losing self-control, and show confidence without forcing anything. When you can read signals calmly, you stop chasing ghosts and start connecting with the right people. You stop guessing and start understanding. You stop acting out of fear and start acting out of clarity. This is why the 8 signs you're about to learn matter. They give you the ability to see what many men never notice, and once you see it, you don't go back to confusion again. A man who understands attraction through a disciplined mind sees what other men miss. These signs are not loud, they are not exaggerated, and they are not dramatic. They are woven into behavior, consistency, emotional comfort, and subtle shifts in how she positions herself around you. Each of these signals comes from a place of instinct, not strategy. Women rarely announce their interest directly. Instead, they express it through choices, actions, and the small ways they let you into their world. Below are 5 Stoic grounded signs that reveal genuine interest, accompanied by timeless wisdom to help you understand them without overthinking or projecting fantasy. Sign 1. She prioritizes your presence. When a woman values your presence, she doesn't need to make grand declarations. She simply adjusts her rhythm in ways that place you within it. She will find moments to talk to you even on busy days, or she makes seemingly small decisions that keep you close. This isn't about sacrificing her entire schedule. It's about where she chooses to invest her attention. Time is an emotional currency, and a woman rarely spends it on a man she feels nothing for. There is a difference between convenience and intention. Convenience is when she interacts with you only when she's bored or lonely. Intention is when she subtly reorganizes her day so your presence has space to fit. Stoic principles teach that a person's priorities are revealed through consistent action rather than dramatic gestures. This holds true here. When a woman cares, she naturally leans toward the person she wants to include in her world. She may reply faster, stay longer, ask thoughtful questions, or initiate conversations without a specific reason. People in ancient times judged affection through presence more than words. Who stayed, who returned, who lingered. Your responsibility is simple. Watch her patterns. You'll learn far more from her timing than her statements. Sign 2. Her body language tells the story. Before words ever form, her body speaks. A woman's physical reactions are often the most honest indicators of her interest because they bypass deliberate thinking. You can observe this through the direction of her shoulders, the openness of her posture, the ease in her breathing, or the softness in her eyes when you speak. These are not isolated moments. They are repeated signals. A woman may unconsciously lean toward you, stand closer than necessary, touch her hair, tilt her head, or allow her expressions to soften when she looks at you. None of this means she is performing. It is instinct responding to attraction. Stoic thought teaches that instinct reveals truth long before the mind applies logic. This is why reactions matter more than rehearsed lines. Your job is not to react with excitement or misinterpret every gesture. A grounded man watches the overall pattern, not a single moment. When her body consistently relaxes, aligns, and engages with yours, you are witnessing genuine interest, the kind she may not even realize she's showing. Sign 3. She initiates small connections. A woman who likes you doesn't wait for you to carry 100% of the interaction. She finds pathways to connect, even in small, seemingly insignificant ways. She sends a message out of nowhere. She shares a song or a thought. She reacts to your posts not because she's bored but because you crossed her mind. Most men ignore these gestures because they seem minor, but attraction often hides in simple things. Stoic discipline teaches a man not to chase emotions but to observe them. When she reaches out first, even occasionally, she is signaling interest without needing to explain it. Women often reveal their attraction through clusters of small interactions, not dramatic confession. These clusters matter. In ancient relationships, people exchanged letters, tokens, and shared stories as signs of connection. Today it's messages, reactions, calls, and check-ins. Your duty is to respond with steadiness, not emotional flooding. A man who remains balanced becomes more appealing. He appreciates the sign without inflating it into fantasy. He recognizes effort without losing his center. Sign 4. She mirrors your mood and energy. Mirroring is an emotional echo, a subtle form of alignment. When a woman likes you, she unconsciously matches your tone, energy, pace, and emotional atmosphere. If you speak calmly, she softens. If you smile, her expression brightens. If you become serious, she settles into a reflective tone. These shifts are not imitation. They are emotional synchronization. This mirroring is one of the strongest indicators of connection because it happens naturally. It is not forced. A woman aligns with a man she feels safe around. She adjusts her behavior to maintain harmony with him. Seneca explained that true connection comes from internal alignment rather than external effort. Mirroring reflects that truth. You will notice it in her laughter, the way she adopts your phrasing, how her mood shifts when yours does, and how she becomes more expressive when you open up. This doesn't require analysis, only awareness. A grounded man attracts alignment because his presence is steady, not chaotic. Sign 5. She seeks emotional safety with you. A woman's emotional openness is not accidental. She chooses carefully who she shares her fears, struggles, hopes, childhood memories, or life pressures with. When she begins giving you access to the internal parts of her world, she is revealing trust, a deeper form of attraction. She might talk about her stress, past experiences, worries, or moments of vulnerability she hides from others. She doesn't do this to overshare. She does it because she feels encouraged, not judged, in your presence. Stoic wisdom teaches that a man should treat emotional openness with respect, listening more than talking, responding without pressure or ego. A woman relaxes into clarity when she feels emotionally safe. Her voice changes. Her expression softens. Her guard lowers. Historically, emotional sharing was one of the clearest indicators of romantic interest. When a woman chooses you for her vulnerability, she is investing trust, something she does not give lightly. Sign 6. She remembers the details you thought meant nothing. Interest sharpens memory. A woman who likes you doesn't just listen, she absorbs. She remembers the little things you say without trying. Details stick because you matter. She recalls your preferences, your routines, your frustrations, and even stories you barely remember telling. This isn't strategy. It's care. Her mind returns to the things connected to you. In ancient sayings, the mind holds what the heart values. This holds true across every generation. If she remembers specifics long after others have forgotten, you are not just another person in her day. You occupy real space in her internal world. A grounded man doesn't react with surprise or ego. He simply acknowledges the effort and continues being steady. In modern terms, this might look like her ordering your favorite drink, noticing your tone, or reminding you of something you said weeks ago. Memory is one of the clearest signs she is genuinely invested. Sign 7. She gets slightly protective of her access to you. A woman who feels emotionally connected becomes subtly attentive to anything that threatens that connection. Her reaction is not dramatic. It's small but revealing. A shift in tone when another woman is mentioned. A quiet pause. A curious question. A moment of extra attentiveness. These are instinctive responses. She isn't being controlling, she's showing care. Old sayings put it simply, what the heart values, it guards. She pays attention to who else gets your time, your tone, your energy. Stoic thinking warns men not to let this inflate their ego. It's not a game, it's human instinct. Today this shows through quicker replies when other women engage you, small questions about your social circle, or increases in closeness when she senses competition. Historically, it was expressed through gestures of presence and loyalty. Her reaction is quiet, but it reveals emotional investment. Sign 8. She lets her feminine guard drop around you. When a woman relaxes into her natural self around you, it's one of the most powerful signs of all. Her guard lowers. Her tone softens. Her real personality comes forward. She may become more playful, more expressive, or more open. She doesn't feel the need to impress. She feels the freedom to simply be. Comfort exposes authenticity. Stoic thinking teaches that genuine behavior flows from safety, not pressure. When she feels at ease, her internal world settles. She laughs more freely. She speaks more honestly. She stops performing. This comfort is something she offers only to someone she trusts. Historically, letting down one's guard was a sign of closeness. Today, it is seen through her openness, her presence, her ease, and her willingness to share her unfiltered personality. Your job is to receive this with steady masculinity. A man who offers emotional safety becomes unforgettable. When you understand these signals, 3 things happen, and each one reshapes the way you move through relationships and connections. 1. You stop guessing and start observing. Most men waste energy trying to decode mixed messages, hoping that effort will create certainty. But once you recognize patterns in someone's behavior, the noise fades. You no longer lean on wishful thinking or assumptions. You rely on what is shown, not what you wish was true. That shift alone saves you time, emotion, and dignity. 2. Your confidence rises because you stop chasing what isn't choosing you. Nothing drains a man like investing in someone who gives him half attention. When you recognize the signs early, you step back without anger or desperation. You stop trying to impress someone who has already made up their mind. Instead, you invest in people who value you without needing to be convinced. Confidence grows naturally when you stop fighting for ground that isn't yours to stand on. 3. You carry yourself with steadiness, not arrogance, not tension, just a calm certainty. And steadiness is magnetic. It shows in your voice, your posture, the way you communicate, and the way you make decisions. People respect a man who doesn't scramble for approval. Attraction increases not because you're trying harder, but because you've become more grounded and less reactive. That presence does more for you than any line, trick, or performance ever could. This is how a man moves from confusion to clarity, not through pressure or pretending, but through awareness. Awareness is what separates a man who keeps repeating painful patterns from a man who grows past them. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's a quiet shift in perspective that changes everything that comes after. A wise man once said, "A man who can read behavior gains power without raising his voice." Understanding people isn't about control, it's about self-respect. So here's your choice. If you want to stay unaware, if you'd rather keep walking into the same situations with the same outcomes, then feel free to ignore the subscribe button. But if you want to protect your time, your confidence, and your future relationships, subscribe now. Learn what others overlook. Grow in places where most men stay stuck. And if you refuse, head to the comments and explain why you're comfortable repeating the same mistakes. I'm genuinely curious. This is Daily Stoic Perception, where clarity replaces confusion, one lesson at a time.